When there's a chance, sure, I'd love to be back if you guys can have me. But right now, I feel like AEW has got a good thing going. I don't think they need me. I think they need me.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey, guys, we here at the Locker Room, Turnbuckle King here. We are talking about Kenny Omega return to New Japan Pro Wrestling instead of AEW. You guys get the license to come to the Locker Room. Definitely going to air some dirty laundry on this one. And we'll talk more to depth of why Kenny Omega is not returned to AEW right away. Now, Kenny Omega has not wrestled since December 2023. And now he's stating that he is going to return, but he'll return to New Japan Pro Wrestling. We know that he had the serious case of diverticulitis, and it's been almost a year since he's been gone. Now, he spoke with Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. He's talking about that he feels like he has a debt to pay to New Japan Pro Wrestling, being so that the place had made his career and give him a name that he has today. And he say he feel like the run with the company has clearly put him on the map. Thing about it is, Kenny Omega, he has helped AEW build from the ground up, starting with its inception in 2019 with the Elite and also Cody Rhodes. Now there'll be an interview with Sean, and also he had another interview with Renee Paquette talking about after the brawl out with All Out in 2022. But I believe that Kenny Omega is going to want to leave AEW. He's don't want to say he's saving face. Something don't seem right here with this whole picture, because how can you not return to a company that you helped build, saying that they don't need him? It just something don't seem right with this picture here. You guys could think otherwise, but I think something's just not right. And you could tell by his mannerisms and the way he conducts himself in an interview that something just seems a little off with Kenny Omega. Because you've been out for almost a year, but we'll see more about it now.
As of right now, certainly, I probably feel good enough to attempt one of those.
So that leads to a natural question that I actually even asked Rocky Romero about last week. A lot of people said, your return, why New Japan? Why not AEW? I mean, obviously people expect you back in AEW at some point, but what went into that decision? And Rocky had said, well, it's very nice for relationships between AEW and New Japan. I'll tell you that much. But where did you land on that? Because obviously New Japan is very near and dear to your heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The way I look at it is a lot of people, not only in Japan, but internationally, they never knew who I was until I did big things in New Japan. So I really do owe New Japan a gigantic thank you. And I do feel that there's a debt I have to repay in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I think that if by performing at the Tokyo Dome, by making my comeback at the Tokyo Dome, is a way to help repay that, if it can help something for their business, then I'm more than happy to do that. And, I'm sure naturally the next question is, well, why not AEW first? That is the company that I helped create. That is the company that I'm contracted to. It makes sense. It's tough to answer because, why not AEW? There's nothing wrong with AEW at all. There's no, if you watch any of the episodes of our TV recently, there's just, everything is flowing like clockwork right now. I feel like there's a spot for all of the hardworking men and women that are on those shows. They've all worked incredibly hard to earn their spots and keep their spots. And I feel like if I just kind of showed up and said, hey guys, I'm back, so one of you are going to have to, I don't want to be that guy. So I feel like when there's an opportunity again, when there's a chance, sure, I'd love to be back if you guys can have me. But right now I feel like AEW has got a good thing going. I don't think they need me. think they need me. So I will. I'll make my return for New Japan instead. For now.
So that wasn't all that happened at New Japan.
And then I felt like 8 months had passed, and it was time to come back. And it was kind of like the GIF, you know, of the dude walking in with the pizza boxes and the whole room's on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't get it. I was like, what's with this strange atmosphere? What's with this strange aura? Why does something feel so ominous right now? And I didn't even know. I couldn't figure it out. And next you knew, there was more stuff happening. And I'm like, how? And again, like it's so surreal because it's almost like it never even happened. It happened, of course it happened. But I wasn't even, I hadn't even gotten like familiar with my surroundings yet, or re-familiarized backstage with the new AEW at that point. Because I mean, there are new people in the locker room, and a lot had happened in 8 months. So to kind of come back and see a lot of old faces and be like, oh hey, but then feel this eerie sort of, you know, to feel like I was in Erie, Indiana for a second. Like, oh boy. Yeah. And then stranger things started happening where I was like, oh man, what do I do? This isn't right. Someone needs to be the voice of reason. This is silly. And it's just like things fell off the rails, and we were just involved in a very silly situation that people are probably going to be talking about for months and possibly years to come.
Does that bother you that people are going to be talking about that for so long, and sort of like the question mark about that? Do you wish, like, I mean, I'm sure it would just be nice to sweep it under the rug and kind of it is what it is, but we live in a world where everyone has these little nuggets of information and are trying to connect the dots on things, but
yeah, I mean, here's the way that I look at it. Like, I've been involved in competitive sports, contact sports, at the highest level. And some people on our roster have, some people on our roster have not. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if you have, you've probably been in a spat or two with a teammate, and maybe sometimes a time or two, it might come to blows. You know, it happens. So again, like, coming from that sort of background, there was a point to it all when I felt like, oh, this just happens. We're going to get over it. Let's just calm down and talk it over. No, nothing is. We're all doing okay here.